present the research focus.
And research questions.
Research questions. So why did I point out that it is not very appropriate?
Yeah. So actually, the verb is not appropriate for putting forward to the research questions. So our supervisor suggested that I should use some more
Clear cut.
Yeah, such as illustrate,
elaborate. Yes.
Such kind of words.
State.
Yeah. So a little bit academic. Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, I mean, in this as well as in other section, so we must try to find out the appropriate verbs. Using the correct verbs are very important. Don't use it at random. Just like, I like this word and I use it. But each single verb serves as a kind of specific purpose. 所以说动词不是随便乱用的，一定要用得准确。So this is something in instruction. So never ignore the importance of a kind of introduction section. So I would like to remind you that the length of introduction is also must be considered. You must be considered about the length, not very short. If you write it in a very short way, you do not provide enough, ample, sufficient information.
Yes.
If the reviewer look at your introduction, they want to find some information, but without giving their ample sufficient, they don't feel happy. They don't want to read your chapter in detail. Waste of time. So they just want to give us brief understanding, but you did not provide the sufficient information. So they don't feel happy. If they don't feel happy, you can see the human being might do something. Okay? Just because it's a human being, which is very complicated. Okay? 所以不要看它。那么 you further on, you talk about the summary.
So I think that why Professor Zheng said it is important to revise this section summary because it is a transition from quantitative data to qualitative data. Why should I do this kind of research? Because it is very important for me to get the general futuristic, holistic, futuristic things.
Okay, let me put it in a clearer way, because in the 4th and the 5th chapter, giving the findings or results. The previous, chapter 4, she focuses on the quantitative
data.
The summary of the quantitative data is a very important starting point and also introduction for the people to the next chapter.
Yes.
So that's why she must write a kind of detailed, clear-cut summary.
Yes.
What she has done in this chapter, and then what is linked with the next chapter.
Yes.
You understand? So the link is not something that you can finish within one sentence.
Yes.
Is that right? So qualitative research is something difficult. You have to play with the words, tricks of the words, and the magic of the words. When I said trick, yes, but also magic.
Sometimes interpretation from the words is very difficult.
Yes, yes. That's what I want to remind all of you by learning from Ying Chong. The would-be doctor would be taught very soon. Okay.
Okay. So as for this summary, first I should illustrate what I have done and what I got, the funding of the fundings of this section, and how to say to give the general picture of this section. And then I should translate this section to next section. So I should tell them how I made use of this chapter to get a further understanding of the in-depth understanding of the next chapter, the case study. Why should I conduct
What
this?
is the association
Also,
between this chapter
Yeah.
and the next
就
chapter?
是说，我就是觉得这部分的就是
Now,
从语部
repeat. Association because of what? The different data.
yes between
Different data will what? Will give you different picture. So far I have the quantitative. This is only the surface, not underlining things. So next I want to go deep, to scoop, to dig out. So therefore we, based on some unclear picture of the quantitative data, so we want to explore further about the qualitative nature. Okay? 这个 point is very important.
对，我当时就缺乏对这个的认识，就大概就很简短的讲了一下我这部分做了什么样的一个，就做出有什么样的一个发现，然后讲了一下发现是什么。但是我没有很好的 translation， 就是把
Yes, you need to have the connection with the next
我
one.
觉得是很重要的，因
Yeah,
为
very
我为什么要
important,
做这个
very
量化的？
important.
不是为了做量化而做量化，我做
Yeah,
量化的
yeah.
目的是为了我做计划，
Right.
所以这个 logical 来讲也非常合理，所
Yeah.
以我就根据这个来改，但是我还不知道改的对不对，还没给老师好好改。
And then you see the logical things between the two different kinds of data.
对。
那么我想请令强说一下 from what